been filming for like 2 hours and I am just exhausted. But that's not gonna stop me from watching other people's content. Hi. Welcome back to my channel. If you've never been here before, you've never been here before, but you're here now. You lucky son of a... Today I'm done creating my own content. I'm gonna watch other people's content. And you know what? I haven't watched content by Jeffree Star in some time. Now, Jeffree Star blocked me a while back for astutely calling him racist. I have a hair in my mouth. So I don't really quite keep up with the Jeffree Star content. Oh, also I don't care. But today, we're here. We're queer. We're just queer. We're gonna watch one of Jeffree's newest videos together because it's the one I'm curious about. And by curious, I mean I'm very mildly interested. In light of recent controversy, Jeffree Star really struck a nerve when he announced that he was going to be selling yak meat from the yaks on his ranch, after saying that he bought them for yak hair only, or some such nonsense. He went on to make a whole video that has yet to make 1 million views after 3 weeks, called The Truth About the Star Yak Ranch, and it's 19 minutes and 46 seconds, and that feels a bit excessive to me. Let's get into it.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Star Yak Ranch, and also welcome back to my channel. Hi, how are ya?
I wish I was sedated. Seriously, you're also, is that a dog in your hands? Because it looks like fried chicken.
Now, in today's video...
Oh, it's a yak stuffed animal. Look at this outfit. Jeffree. The tracksuit, the white crew socks, the Crocs. You'd never know that this guy had bajillion dollars.
We are here in Casper, Wyoming at the Star Yak Ranch, and there has been a just endless amount of questions about the ranch. So many people want to meet the yaks up close and personal.
Unfortunately, they can't because I slaughtered them all for dinner last night.
We want to talk about breeding, pets, meat, food, and the whole charade. And yes, girl, we've been making headlines, so let's come take a tour of the Star Yak Ranch. Finally, after a year of so many secrets, let's take a little ride.
This feels like an episode of Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. Is that the order? Triple D. This feels like a Guy Fieri show. I refuse to say Fieri.
Hi, Illusion. Oh, it's so nice to have the yaks just surround my home.
I know. That's how I feel. Like when I wake up in the morning and I'm like, I'm just so grateful for the yaks that surround my home. This is a very normal sentence.
Now, when I first got into yaks, now you guys, I've been filming at the Star Yak Ranch for so long and I've used zero footage. Chris is probably like, hello. So I've also done a lot of vlogging. So we're gonna throw up some clips throughout this video when I'm running my mouth. But I started, you guys, with just this house and 70 acres.
Is that all? Just this house and 70 acres? Do you know that like a lot of people in this country can't afford like food? It's so weird.
And then people around us were selling a lot of land. Now the Star Yak Ranch is now at over 600 acres and the yaks just get to be grass-fed and chill and live in their environment. I'm so happy to call Wyoming my home.
I'm sure Wyoming is happy about it as well.
It'll be 2 years in December, can't believe it, and we've been yakking for over a year. Hi, girl. And I know that I've kept this ranch kind of, not under wraps, but I've just been keeping it to myself. It's where I found peace after being canceled for the 10th time.
Oh man, you and Shane are due for a collab where you can both laugh about how you were canceled for being fucking horrible people. Keep on smiling, you know.
I have only a few people that help me on this ranch, but it's really mainly me and my best friend Michael. I do have a few ranch hands, but it's really me and my best friend doing all the work. Santa, hi, Pumpkin. Come here, girl. Now, this is my birthday twin.
This, like, walking around in your socks thing is weird. It feels weird. Like, I'm not against it. One of my favorite way to be is to be without shoes. I'm fine with that. This just feels weird. He's like in a suburban backyard with a yak ranch behind him and like a bunch of yaks. I just feel so disconnected from reality.
Today we're gonna go drive around the ranch, we're gonna meet some of the yaks, and we're gonna answer all your questions because there are so many. So let's skip the Rolls Royce, get in our Polaris General, and go see the ranch. Okay, so this is how I start my mornings.
Yeah, me too. It's real peaceful. Zen. It's how I like to take my $40 million and just get away from it all, you know?
I come out here really early when everyone's just chilling, and I just spend time with them all. A lot of people are like, Jeffree, how are your yaks so tame? You really have to spend a lot of time with them. A lot of love and affection.
A lot of gores to the ass.
This is Swiss Chocolate. He's a golden yak. He's a golden trim. Oh, Swiss boy. So this is all fiber. And yes, it is usable. Big old Swiss man. So this is his winter coat. Now, a lot of people are like, Jeffree, do they ever go indoors? Yaks thrive when it's negative 20 degrees. Look at his fiber color, it's so cool. So as summer comes, their thick coat that protects them in the winter, it all just starts shedding. Hi, big boy.
You mean like most animals that have fur? I'm just saying.
Oh, Swissy, tell him. So we have these in all the pastures. It's a whole mineral supplement. Yaks really need copper in their diet. And these are things that they're not going to get from hay or grazing the mountain. Huh, Swiss. This is like an ASMR moment. So he'll just stand here for like 20, 30 minutes and just lick.
Trisha Paytas is quaking.
Now this big baby is Shiva. He comes from Colorado. He's a big boy and he's a steer, meaning he's not fertile. His balls have been... It's also very grounding just to like hang out with animals and not people all day. So I really got all of that. The parts that I need to get now are like branch that was in his arm. And then all of this right here wants to shed. Look at that. Isn't that cool?
I don't know why he keeps saying, isn't that cool? Like, this is just grooming an animal. Like, I don't go to PetSmart and watch the dogs being groomed and go, oh, isn't that cool? Look at that hair that he's shedding just comes right off. Isn't that cool? Yeah, okay, it's cool. Sweet yaks.
Now, normally I would save this because the white fiber is valuable. You can dye any color, you can make it into yarn or so many different things. I'm very ignorant about the fiber world of yakking, so I'm learning. And I can't wait to absorb more knowledge.
Why do I feel like Jeffree Star has COVID while he's shooting this? Because he sounds sick as fuck. Also, those nails seem like really counterproductive to like getting anything done.
And then sometimes when you're giving them a massage, they just casually fall asleep.
Fucking yak is so cute.
This is like one big massage for him, so he's just having the time of his life. He's like, ah, so relaxing. All right, you guys, is this where we segue into my meat business? Oh my god, people are so crazy. I think city folk don't understand farming, Chris.
City folk.
Buddy, you've lived there for 2 years. Like, I respect the fact that, like, if it's true that he's the one handling all of this, if he's caring for these yaks, I respect that. I think that's a huge undertaking, and it shows a great deal of commitment to something that could have just been an easy cash grab. Why everybody has these, like, delusions of grandeur that, like, it just cracks me up. Like, city folk don't get X, Y, and Z. Like, even if he's half kidding, it's just like, I don't know. Let's just let him talk, I guess.
There was a very big misconception that when I announced that I was gonna start selling meat, people thought it was all of my pets that I've been spending the last year and a half with. Sorry, they're all right here. Now, there is definitely a whole culture in the entire America of harvesting food, and I think most people know that. But then I was shocked. I read some comments like, I thought meat came from the grocery store.
Yeah, that's because you still have fans that are like 12. And even that's underestimating 12-year-olds.
And living in Wyoming, I've definitely learned the Wyoming way. But yes, it may seem a little interesting to some people, or you were a little perturbed that I am raising yaks for breeding and pets. And then, yes, we're also raising yaks for food. And when I learned more about the animal, I was like, oh, Well, I want to try doing stuff like that. So yes, I do sell a vegan cosmetics brand, and I'm like, you guys, that has nothing to do with my yak ranch. That is a whole separate company. But I get it, it's Jeffree Star. People love to make everything into something that it's not. And
no, the thing is I agree. You can have a vegan cosmetics line and you can sell yak meat, and those can be two things that happen at the same time. A product being vegan and not tested on animals and an animal being slaughtered for consumption are different, right? That's a different thing, because one is abuse for the sake of human consumption and one is, I guess, slaughter for human consumption. Okay, one is abuse for non-essential human consumption, right? And the other is slaughter for necessary human consumption, in theory, right? It's not because you're Jeffree Star and everybody's out to cancel you. It's because on paper, those two things don't look congruent, right? They don't look like they fucking match. But I think it's really disingenuous to be like, yeah, I have I planned on doing all of this all along. It's so weird that you're surprised by this. When the very minimal amount of information was, I have a yak ranch. I love my yaks. I'm going to slaughter my yaks for meat. Of course people are going to think the yaks you have on your ranch, the ones that you are your pets or the ones you love, are the ones you're going to slaughter. Because they don't have any other information. Saying it's because you're Jeffree Star and everybody's trying to cancel you is disingenuous at best.
I've just been keeping to myself for a few years, so I know the girls wanted to get excited, but this animal, you can use it all aspects, whether it's a pet, whether you're using it to ride up the mountain and you saddle train it, whether you are eating it, whether you're using its horns, the skull.
Or you could not use it at all and let it live on your ranch, where it's relatively contained but still, free range, not overpopulating,
I mean, this animal is it's been used for thousands and thousands of years. So as I educated myself more, I tried yak meat last year for Christmas, and I was like, oh my God, it's so good and it's so lean. And I get that a lot of people may not even know what a yak was until Jeffrey Lynn popped up on the scene.
Yeah, definitely. Especially the animal that's been around for 10,000 years. Yeah, nobody knew what those were until Jeffrey Lynn came on the scene. My God, is there anything Jeffree Star can't do? He can make salacious eyeshadow palettes, use the N-word, and discover yaks all at the same time? Oh my God.
Okay, now there's an aluminum shortage in Wyoming, and if you want a custom plate, they just cut you off. So thank God I got my yaks trailer plate. Oh my God, a few days ago, thank the Lord. But you guys, oh my God, we've been mastering yaks, halter training them, getting them in and out of the trailer. It's been really, really cool. Now we had this amazing exotic animal trainer and animal behavior specialist come to town, Miss Terry Lindley, and she is amazing.
Can you imagine, just being the fly on the wall when, this lady who's, been doing this her whole life shows up and, Jeffree Star's there in bright pink hair and this, weird-ass jumpsuit and, hey, girl!
Let's do things with the yaks!
Okay. Not that, you should discriminate against people by how they look or anything, but, it's such a weird juxtaposition to me still. At least, his outfit here is, present day is still, pretty subdued for Jeffree Star, but, it would just be weird. It's such a weird combination of interests.
So just to educate everyone, every pet on the Star Yak Ranch has a pink ear tag. Some people thought if they were ear tagged, that meant they were going to the butcher. Let me clear up all the rumors. So this cool thing is there is 2 yak associations, and you can register their DNA, get all their heritage, their parentage, and it's really cool. So every yak that is staying at the Star Yak Ranch and we are using for breeding or just to love on, they all have names like Titanic, Gold Rush, Rich Bitch, and of course Two-Faced.
Balls deep, sweaty, ball sack, nipple tassels, fish sticks.
Behind me, these animals are going to actually to slaughter tomorrow. To know where your food is raised is so important, and these animals are just living their lives freely until it's time to be on someone's plate. And yak meat is so good, it's so delicious, and I really can't wait for more people to explore and dive in because the health benefits are amazing.
Yeah, and that's great. That's all well and good. I'm all for that. I was vegan for a really long time, and knowing what you're putting in your body is key to feeling better about everything. So I don't disagree with the point, but the reality is not all of us have like a multi-million-dollar filled bank account to raise our own yaks with the leanest meat on the planet to then know what's going into our bodies. Good food and healthful food is often priced way higher than things like fast food, than things like Kraft macaroni and cheese or ramen noodles. The things that are the worst for you are the most accessible to people living below the poverty line, and that's most of us. So I appreciate the idea. I certainly appreciate the concept. I want to know where my food is coming from. I want to know what I'm putting in my body. I want to feel better. I totally get that. I totally appreciate it. Unfortunately, it's just not feasible for the majority of, at least, Americans. And that, again, is where this shit becomes tone deaf. It's all well and good to raise, these yaks are my eating yaks, and I'm gonna raise, they're not getting anything but grass fed, they're only grass fed, and this is the best, leanest meat for you. That's all well and good. Good for you, Jeffree Star. You have many millions of dollars and you can raise, yaks to do whatever the fuck you want with, and that's great. You made your own money. Congratulations. Good for you. That's wonderful. We're all very happy for you. However, unfortunately, that mentality is not the reality for most of Americans, because at some point, going to McDonald's became cheaper than getting a salad. I'm not saying that that's an absolute, but it is a great contributor to the obesity in this country. The more accessible foods are the unhealthy foods. Just some food for thought there, Jeff.
Okay, now let me show you guys my meat.
Please don't show me your meat, Jeffree. Thank you.
All right, you guys, now I'm sure you've seen this online. It's been all over the news. But yes, you guys, I am officially selling yak meat. All different cuts, from sirloins to roast to ground yak. You can make meatballs from this, hamburgers, tacos, oh my God. If you're bored, Google the health benefits of this, you guys. It is absolutely amazing. 90% fat-free.
Time out.
Time out.
Yak meat generally costs more than beef, pork, or lamb, but it is still a relatively economical meat. The price of yak meat varies depending on the cuts that are available, but it is generally around $6 to $8 per pound. So not only are we talking about inaccessibility, we're also talking about inaccessibility. We're talking about, I can't go out and raise my own yak, but I also can't afford to go out and buy yak meat because it's expensive. That's nice that it's healthier, but unfortunately, it's not a feasible option for many Americans.
We'll be shipping yak meat all over America on staryaks.com. Now that I'm raising my own animals for food, I don't really eat other meat. Like, the thought of eating a McDonald's cheeseburger, which is not even real, literally makes me sick. All right, you guys, so thank you so much for coming along on this crazy journey. Hi, this is Star Creek Road. So when I bought a lot of this land, there was access roads where people could drive through my land, and it was just obnoxious. I just wanted my privacy, so I built this road.
God, I love relatable content, don't you?
Donatella, come on, pumpkin! All right, you guys, there is a lot of growing here at the Star Yak Ranch. There's so many new babies coming, and I'm very excited to expand. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye, y'all.
Well, that was another Jeffree Star video. I don't know, I don't feel like I had a lot to say. I just feel like a lot of his points are tone deaf. I do agree with him about having the vegan cosmetics and selling yak meat. I do think those two things can coexist. Maybe not if you are, like, still an active vegan. Like, it does seem very wrong on paper, but, like, I get where he's coming from. And that is the only point I will concede on. I think the rest of this felt really, as always, incredibly tone deaf, incredibly out of touch with reality. But at the end of the day, I don't really give a fuck about Jeffree Star. But I did want to see what was going on with the yak meat situation. So, yeah, that's where we are with that. Anyway, that's all I got. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, feel free to give it a like, subscribe. I make new videos whenever I feel like it. Any necessary links, as well as Patreon, memberships, social media, it's all down in the description. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye! I love fried chicken. Shut the fuck up! That sounds disgusting.